I think Juhi and I didn't even think this friendship was going to blossom into what it is today.
So when I think of Tanvi, so whenever I'm in trouble, then she's my go-to person for sure.
How did living through those times shaped the friendship that we have been having all our life?
Your vibe attracts your tribe. But then there are those particular handpicked friends that just stick through you through thick and thin. And they really shape how you become as an adult in the future as well.
A simple video call still brings back all the memories that we shared in school times.
We tend to lose out on certain friends and we tend not to lose on that bond. Have you all experienced that?
So when we look back, we actually don't remember those years, I think, when we were not in touch. So I think friendship is in the simplest moments, yet it lasts the longest.
So yeah, of course, like universe makes space for newer things, but not without taking out what is not needed, takes off the excess baggage.
What truly matters is what you have today. If someone is meant to come back to your life, they will come back.
True friends, they give you wings to fly.
Through various instances, stages, we reach out for a level of emotional comfort. And friends really play a very big role when it comes to that. Have there been any instances with you all? Hello, everyone. We are back with a couple of riddles for you. Here it goes. I am not bought or sold, yet I grow stronger when shared. What am I? You can't see me, but I make you smile and stand by you in joy and sorrow. What am I? Welcome to Hustle and Heart with Juhi and Tanvi. I hope some of you have guessed the answer is it's friendship. So, our first guest today is someone who brings color, creativity, chaos, and so much heart into every room she walks in. Siddhika Arte is one of the few people who can blend two completely different worlds so effortlessly. She is formally trained in architecture and cosmetology. She works as the head designer at InDesign Interiors, and she's also a fabulous hair and makeup artist. Please welcome the wildly creative, deeply loving, and beautifully passionate Mrs. Siddhika Arte.
Our next guest is extra special because she is someone who's been a part of my life since ages. She is one of the most humble, loving, caring souls you will ever meet, genuinely full of kindness. There is always a constant calming smile on her face. And in all these years, I don't think me or anyone has ever seen her raise her voice at someone. Professionally, she's a brilliant gynecologist. Personally, she's a new mom to a beautiful 1 year old son and blessed with a wonderfully supportive husband who's also a doctor. Please welcome Dr. Bhumika Jain. So, now that our introductions are done, we just want to rewind a little. So, let me start with what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the word Juhi or Tanvi? So, Siddhika, let's start with you.
So I think Juhi and I didn't even think this friendship was going to blossom into what it is today, to be honest, because it was the first day of college, junior college. So we're just 15, right out of school. We don't know what college life looks like. And I'm obviously late because that's just me. And I get in, and there's only one seat left, which is next to her. And I walk in with my curls and my red hair, and she's praying with like to all the gods possible that mere paas na aa jaye ye. But that was the only seat left. So then I walk in, I strut in with my curls and my red hair, and she's like, oh God. And then I sit next to her, and it's been 15 years since. She hasn't been able to get rid of me since then.
Not that I've tried, but
You can't, you know too much.
So when I think of Tanvi, so whenever I'm in trouble or I'm just, confused about some opinion or some option that I want to get cleared, then she's my go-to person for sure. So, like, how we met was like we knew each other as acquaintance since I think standard fifth. But it was in ninth standard that my class teacher made me sit with her. So I was really upset at that time because I had to leave my best friend and sit next to her. But then gradually, as we shared tiffins and some memories, and then that's how our friendship grew together.
So 10th August is Bhumika's birthday, and I remember going to birthday parties. She coming to my birthday parties, and at that time, I think birthday parties were more about wafers and samosas and chips,
Such
cakes,
simpler times. I think.
and a toffee. The world we grew in, the millennial generation. I think I feel that the millennial generation is a confused generation because our parents have a very old traditional thought कि 7 बजे घर पे आना है, and we have lived through those ages. But and the generation that we are raising now, who don't listen to us. I mean, they are so clear in their thoughts with so much exposure being around. I think our generation are navigating and creating a balance between both. But how did living through those times shaped the friendship that we have been having all our life?
So, first of all, I think the major disconnect that we have between the two generations is the use of staying in touch over phones, right? Because we didn't have phones back then, we didn't have social media back then. So, we used to make the most of our time that we had with our friends in person. So, that is what those friendships were built on, right? And I also feel that your vibe attracts your tribe. So, eventually, I mean, of course, we had like a lot of friends, building friends, area friends, school friends, tuition friends. But then there are those particular handpicked friends that just stick through you through thick and thin. And they really shape how you become as an adult in the future as well. Because who you spend your time with really shapes your thinking, your personalities, and you just need someone who appreciates those different weird tweaks you have in your personalities without making you feel like, oh, you're odd or you're weird or, maybe you're different and they don't appreciate it. So you just need these people amongst that group of people that sees you for who you are and you see them for who they are. And as long as you have these people in your life growing up, it, like I said, your vibe attracts your tribe. Eventually, you keep finding similar people wherein you now know that these are the kind of people I need in life.
Yeah, I think we were 6 of us in the school, and each one has a different personality. So, what you will add, and how those 6 people have now shaped how we have become today?
So, yeah, out of six of us, the good thing is that we are still connected. And the best part is that a simple video call still brings back all the memories that we shared in school times. Nidhi being the funniest one. I think she's the binding force. She still, bring us all together. And so back then, I would say I was more close to few people, but now it has changed drastically. Maybe the reason can be because of the proximity that we live in, or the vibe that we match.
Vibe definitely matters. But what I realized, especially with Siddhika and I mean me, and we had one more friend at that time together, but all three of us were very different people. Very different people. And even Siddhika and me, I mean, I'm sure sitting here, the audience can see that how different we were. She has reformed now. She used to look like a hippie back then. It was not only the red hair. But over time, one more thing happens is that, like I mentioned, a friend of ours was also there. We tend to lose out on certain friends and we tend out to lose on that bond. Maybe we still have those people in our lives, but it just doesn't feel the same. I mean, have you all experienced that? I mean, I know about Siddhika and me in one instance, but there must be more. And then what impact did it have on yours? If we could, throw some light on that.
So there's this small guilt, I would say, about drifting apart from your friend or best friend. But it's, I would say, they are still connected. In some part of my heart, they are still there. Whether I walk through that same garden, the echoes of her voice and her charm, I can still feel that warmth. So maybe we are not in constant communication. Maybe it has become occasional messages now, but that gratitude that I have for her to be part of my life, that is still there. So when we look back, we actually don't remember those years, I think, when we were not in touch.
Yes.
But yeah, we would still meet for cafes when I was back from Kota, I think. So we would still catch up and take out time from our college life and reconnect. So so I think friendship is in the simplest moments, yet it lasts the longest.
I also remember your wedding, Bhumika. Kyra was not even 2 years old. And it was only because of her that it was the first time I ever left my daughter home. And I did not sleep the whole night, but I could do it only for her. Maybe I needed that break also. And because of your wedding, I got that confidence ki, okay, she's being taken care. And when I came back home, she was all fine.
No, but
So-
to be able to recognize that this is worth it,
Yes.
this is worth that effort, this is worth that struggle. I mean, that makes all the difference in the
Hmm.
world.
I mean, so just continuing the topic, and I'll get back to the question. But like you said, the wedding, right? So my wedding was extremely scattered over like locations. Some of it was happening in Mumbai, some of it was happening in Pune, and blah blah blah. And she was expecting Sanveer at that time, and she had been asked specifically not to travel. The woman sits in a car and travels.
It's her
Okay,
wedding.
it's my wedding. She had to be there, right? Yeah, so between me and my husband also, we have these conversations a lot of times, like very very often, about the kind of friends I have, right? Wherein there are specific memories with each one of them, which makes it very clear that I am in fact very important to them. And this example always comes up, that the kind of friend that Juhi is to me is when the doctor asked her specifically not to travel. The woman drives on the wonderful roads that we have here. And her wonderful husband was supportive enough to drive her there instead of saying, no, don't travel. He's like, oh no, it's Sidika's wedding. We have to be there. So yeah, of course, like universe makes space for newer things, but not without taking out what is not needed, takes off the excess baggage. I just believe in the energies of the universe, and I completely trust it, because finally it's not in your control. You can't control somebody's emotions, efforts, feelings towards you. So you just have to let people be. At least that's what I believe. I let people be. Apart from that, coming back to the very first thing that I said, there are certain friends that stand out for you because they are there for you through thick and thin. And as we grow older and life takes on a little bit stronger, a lot of us move cities, countries, and it's difficult to stay in touch at that point. But certain friends just effortlessly stay in touch. And I think that is the most beautiful thing about mine and Juhi's friendship, is that we very much, very strongly have our own personal lives, and we've given each other the space to evolve through different versions and different phases of life, all while knowing at the back of our head that we're both there for each other.
So what you said, Siddhika, I think I totally relate to that. We should normalize the fact that okay, drifting apart or having guilt of losing those friendships is okay. It happens with everyone. What truly matters is what you have today. If someone is meant to come back to your life, they will come back. Destiny will bring them back to you. But there is a small pressure also that comes with it, balancing your friendships and balancing your kids and your family, because your family and your kids also become an important part of your life, but at the same time we make sure that we don't lose out on meaningful friendships that we have in our life. So let's talk about that.
I come from a family that is extremely welcoming, like to like unrealistic levels. The doors always open for anybody. If you're one of those people who's drunk, can't go home because your parents will be mad at you, you'll come to my house, be like, auntie, coffee bana do. And auntie will be like, हाँ ठीक है बनाती हूँ घर पे फोन करना है बताना है तुम इधर हो सेफ हो कर देंगे so those kind of people like and that's a similar kind of relationship that I share with Juhi's parents as well in particular, wherein I am basically their third child. They didn't ask for me but they just have me now and they are another extra set of parents that I have apart from Juhi herself being another mother. That family is like my own family. So for me, the balance of friends and family is that you just build a relationship with them so strong that there is no difference anymore.
But that's exactly how it has been with us. And even after we got married, I mean, we barely realized. In fact, in Bhumika's wedding, I was busy with Sanveer. He was 7, 8 months old only. She was the one who took care of everything around Bhumika, and I knew that I could chill. Even at my place, I am getting up or not, I know Siddhika will make herself home. नाश्ता खाना है नाश्ता खाएगी, सोना है सोएगी, टी शर्ट पहनना है कपड़ खोल के कपड़े निकाल लेगी, even if it is my mom's. So that's the kind of relationship. I mean, I wouldn't even say we built it because we were not conscious we were doing this.
It just happened.
It
just
happened, and because we were in our true self. And I think that really helped us navigate through all our relationships in life. I mean, this was the base where we learned what we want in all our relationships, be it our husbands, be it our children. We want this kind of a ghee shakkar environment.
Yes.
There's a very nice, sweet, funny memory that I have from Bhumika's wedding only. Like she said, she just knows around my house and all of that. Sahil can't find his shoes. Okay, this is after the wedding. Sahil can't find his shoes. So he looks at her and he's like, Juhi, joote nahi mil rahe. And Juhi rolls her eyes. She's like, मुझे मिल गए तो. now, Juhi can't find the shoes. Sahil's like, I'll just buy something else because if Juhi can't find it, it's not there. And now she looks at me and she's like, there's hope in her eyes. And I'm like, I'll look at her, it's fine. Now I'll just go to like the parents' room, okay? Dad's watching TV, he's unbothered, I'm there, I'm doing something in his cupboard, I'm looking for something. I'm like, looking for these? He's like, yeah, you found them. And Juhi's like,
And I remember I was the first one to have a child since I got married early. So I had my first child also quite early. And she being a gynecologist, I used to ask her these technical questions that I used to have. But I think when she had a baby, I thought, Ari, she to knows everything. But then that's when you ask your friend that, okay, so I used to get everyday call from Bhumika, ये हो रहा है, okay, ये ठीक है ना, ऐसे ठीक है ना, वो ठीक है ना. And मैं ऐसे सोचती थी, अरे ये तो gynecologist है, ये मुझसे पूछ रही है.
For the simplest things, like simplest questions, I would say like, यार मैं कौन सा pillow लूँ, to कौन सा milk powder लूँ for my baby. So I've had all these types of text.
Through various instances, stages, we reach out for a level of emotional comfort and, sometimes even validation of things that we are on the right path or what we're feeling is not wrong or not, is not inappropriate. And friends really play a very big role when it comes to that. Have there been any instances with you all?
So yeah, absolutely. I think motherhood is one of them. So motherhood is something where we all are little down in our mental state. So it was at that time when I required someone to just express what I'm going through. Maybe I didn't want someone to fix the problem or tell me that this is the solution, but to acknowledge the fact that I'm going through this phase, and yes, it happens with everyone, and yeah, what you're doing is not wrong or incorrect. So that was the boost that I needed at that time, which I got from my friend for sure.
So in my case, I would say that all the friends, all the people I would say that I call friends, I share a different dynamic with everybody in life. So in that case, of course, like there are certain situations which only certain friends could kind of understand, not judge, and just be like, we're here for you. No conditions applied. And Juhi is one of those people. I think she's the only person apart from my family who can just hear my hello and be like, are you okay? You seem okay. You don't seem okay. She can just, like judge my voice, or sometimes not even judge my voice. She just has a gut feeling that something's either too good or too bad with her. Let me just give her a call. She just has a gut feeling. And I think we're just emotionally connected, yes. Emotionally supported by each other, yes. But I think at this point, we've been together for so long that it's safe to say that she's not just a friend, but she is a witness to my life.
That's what childhood friendships are about, because they know your fears, they know your insecurities, they've seen how you've navigated from being a child to a teenager, and what a long way you have come. And friends are the only one, I think, who have seen it all: your first boyfriend, your first crush. You cannot you cannot speak to your
We'll have to
parent
do a
or your
separate
sibling.
episode.
Just that.
If you're able to preserve those old friendships even today, they become lifelong and they matter the most to us. And that emotional safety, that safety net that is there, that we know, okay, because she has seen me all these years grow, all these years, whatever solution I will get from you is going to be perfect because she knows me as a person. So I think that emotional validation is very
I
necessary.
think in most of our relationships in life, there comes a point where you have to explain yourself in certain things, even with your spouses at times. And in-laws की तो बात ही नहीं करते हैं, life निकल जाएगी explain करने में. But then there are friends like this who don't care whether you shared a particular news to them first or not.
I think I have to share this. When I was in school, I actually had this some misunderstanding, or I just judged myself a lot at that time, and I used to think that I cannot make any friends. Okay, so or maybe ऐसा लगता था कि if I'm walking, people are laughing at me. And I somehow used to take that effort, if she validates that I am looking good, only then I'm looking good. True friends are those who don't laugh at you, who don't question you for the way you look or the way you are, and that they all coming into my life actually helped me get over the fact that no, I don't need to go to that extra effort to please anyone. I am the way I am, and they should, if they like me for the way I am, only then those friends are meant to be in your life. And I think those who did not automatically disappeared.
I think, like you said it, true friends, they give you wings to fly. And rather than, that inferiority complex that you're talking about, they just bring you from that phase to a phase of, where you feel self confident, where you don't question your self worth.
The friendships we have in childhood, then teenage, then adulthood, or post marriage and post having a kid have evolved a lot. I mean, when you were in school, it was all about तूने homework किया क्या, मैंने homework किया क्या, या she has this doll, whether I have it or not. So it's playful. In your maybe your career hustle, in between your career hustle, it's more about your identity, or what you're becoming in life. And once you're done with all that, your post marriage, or when you're in your 30s and 40s, it is more about comfort and safety. So these definitions have been changing, especially with these changing times also rapidly.
So, of course, I mean, we're not the same people who we used to be when we're 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on. We ourselves have changed a lot and evolved a lot. And it's important to understand that everyone else does too. If you can't say the difficult things to your friends, you're not really their friend because nobody else is going to correct. Like you said, as a child, you had that feeling that, from the outside lens, maybe people are judging me or laughing at me or whatever. And if there is something laugh worthy, I will tell you, right? And if I can't do that for you, and if you can't do that for me, that you're behaving wrong or you're doing something wrong, probably think it through. Or what you're doing is absolutely right. I'm with you. You can't say the hard things, you're not really someone's friend. But at the same time, the whole idea that the emotion that I'm still protecting you doesn't change, no matter which age it is, no matter which questionable choice you're making in life. That is all that matters. And for us, I think we've seen each other through, we've made questionable decisions, be it fashion, be it men, boys, men we have now, be it fashion choices, be it late nights, be it bad decisions, be it great nights, whatever it is. We have seen that, be it, like her going through pregnancy, childbirth, our marriages, sharing similarities and differences between the new families that we've started or new lives that we're leading into. Every phase is different, but we've been there despite.
I mean, there's a beauty to the friendships in each of the stages. Like you and Tanvi are from friends since you all were in school. Siddhika and I met when we were in junior college, 11th grade. I mean, and Tanvi and I came along at the most mature stages of life, and I mean, I cannot even sit down and compare the
Yeah.
importance.
Which friendship
which
is
is more
important?
important or which is less important. It's about that contribution that every friendship, every person adds into that particular version of you. I mean, we know that how many additions and subtractions we do in each other's lives. If we are not doing it, our husbands do it for us, taking reference of each other. And I cannot even, thank her or you enough for the kind of contributions you all have had in my life, because family does its role and they do it very well. There's something that we have a bias to listen to more when it's coming from a peer pressure kind of a view. अरे ये नहीं किया तो what will they think of me? वो एक back thought भी आता है ना. You given to doing something which might be better for you in the long run. But वो parents बेचारे continue वही बोल रहे होंगे, but we lend an ear to friends more. That happens mostly in teenage also, and then even I'm seeing that now in this age also this is happening.
Yes.
The same thing is happening. The same thing my mom must be telling me, but when Tanvi tells me, I'm like, हाँ अभी ये बोल रही है तो फिर बात करेंगे.
There's a different agreement.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's such a weighted advantage of having the right kind of people in your life.
So I feel that in childhood the friendships are more frequent. Like we get to meet them every day, but it is less intense. The bond, like we are not judging each other. We are not understanding the friendship how it is evolving. But as we grow up, we enter the stage of adolescence. We realize that now we have less time for friends, but the bond is more intense. That's what I feel. The connection, although we talk less number of hours or we meet less number of times, but still the intensity is quite more. So although it is inconvenient in our lives, to meet them frequently, but still we take out time. We want that time with them so that we can just de-stress ourselves.
I remember, Bhumika, one day I was so stressed. I just wanted to get away from my house, and I took my car. I attended a meeting in Bandra. I called her, I'm coming to your house. And then somehow in BKC I saw, अच्छा, where is Nariman Point? It अरे बहुत दूर है, I will take 2 hours. I saw on Google Maps it is 20 minutes. How 20 minutes? Coastal Road. Thanks to Coastal Road
I
we have.
remember she was doing Mumbai Darshan that
Yeah.
day. We were like asking her, where are you? She's putting a snap of the coastal road and the Trans Harbour Link. So many infrastructure ka Mumbai Darshan pe she was that
So
day.
actually I went to meet her that day.
Now we know.
Yeah, so just that 1 hour of spending time with each other is what you need. And at that time, as you rightly said, you don't know that, you don't, it's not important whether it's your childhood friend or the friendships that you have today. I think just last week at 10 p.m. we decided to meet each other just because we were too stressed about a situation. And she's like, घर पे आ जाओ. So we put both the kids to sleep, kept the maid in charge कि उठे तो बोल देना, हम फटाफट आ जाएंगे. And just spending half an hour with each other, I think makes a lot of difference, and then you're ready to take on what's coming ahead.
I think अभी इतनी तारीफ सुन ली है. Now let's go towards the fun part of today, which is the rapid fire round. And it will not be your simple, you go first and then you go. It will be alternating. I will be asking questions to Bhumika and Tanvi will be asking questions to Siddhika. So are we ready for it? So Bhumika, the first question is for you. If your and Tanvi's friendship had a theme song, which one would that be?
ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे. No, that's the first thing that came to my mind, and I didn't want to replace it with anything.
Siddhika, one thing about Juhi that hasn't changed even today.
Her beauty.
I agree.
तूने बहुत पहले देखा था मुझे. You've not seen me
I've
as
seen
a
your photos. I've
teenager.
seen your photos.
What was a really tough patch in life through which a friend helped you a lot?
I think I would call it a motherhood.
Siddhika, what is one major misconception people have about long distance friends?
That they need to stay in touch constantly, and if you don't stay in touch, they can drift apart. If you're friends with me and you're expecting me to call you every day, sorry, tata, bye bye. नहीं होगा, sorry. हमसे ना हो पाए.
नहीं हो पाएगा, yeah. Very true.
Bhumika, what is your favorite memory with Tanvi?
I would say that the time when I was getting married and I was confused and had too many doubts about the family I was marrying into, I think she was there and her one answer just clicked and I said yes.
Do you mind
Do you want to
sharing
say
what
that
was that
answer?
No.
If you and Juhi could take a trip together, where would it be?
Masai Mara.
We're taking him. That's with the family we've decided, not just you and me. No?
Oh, then Ibiza.
You think so?
I
Take me out.
don't think I have the physical capacity to tolerate alcohol like that anymore. But I would love to party.
And I am coming with you both. Huh?
Yeah, please join us. Like I said,
Someday.
grown up in a family,
When
we're just welcoming.
when we're 40 first. What out of these two options would you prefer more to do with Tanvi? A super lit party or a long coffee date?
Of course, a long coffee date.
And last one, Siddhika, if your friendship was a movie or a Netflix series, what would it be named?
Bring that creative side of yours on.
Oh God, I'm thinking.
It's rapid fire.
Lost.
Lost?
Lost. It's a wonderful show where people get stranded and they help each other survive.
Lost but found.
As we wrap this episode, here's what today reminded all of us. Childhood friendships are not perfect. They drift, they pause, they change, but they never truly leave you. If this episode made you think of even one childhood friend, don't keep that feeling to yourself. Share this episode right now. One episode, one memory, one message at a time. See you next time.